Hi, this is Show and Tell with Kristen Shaw, and I'm in Seattle with Curtis Shugarts from Burke Gibson. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
So nice to see you.
Great to see you as well.
I want to hear all about what is new and what is happening in the world of Burke Gibson.
Well, Burke Gibson, we've been around a long time, 63 years.
Wow,
that's a good
impressive.
run. Yeah, that's a good run. And we are a manufacturers. We're located here in Seattle, actually Auburn, which is just south of Seattle. And we do casework, millwork, but we also incorporate metalwork as well, which makes it great for this industry because we do items such as ticket counters, where you're incorporating a lot of casework that is wrapped in stainless, and airports are open 24 hours and they take a lot of abuse.
Yes, they do.
So we got to protect that. We got to protect those cabinets with a lot of stainless steel cladding. So that's why we're into basically two different areas there of manufacturing. And we also do gates, gate podiums, back walls, club lounges, airport lounges.
You name it.
Wall panels. Yeah, we just lots of different areas. And we started out the company really started out doing a lot of retail. So retail's kind of slowed down a little bit, so we're really trying to emphasize airports and transportation. And it's been real well for us. Worked real good for us.
Yeah, I'm looking around and I'm seeing all the different kind of woodwork that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Is it handcrafted? How do you make all this stuff?
Well, we do have designers and we have great engineers. So what we do is we either work with architects where it's already sort of figured out, or we can go in and design. A lot of times people don't know what they want. So in the airport industry, and a lot of times in the smaller airports, they kind of don't know what they want. So what we try and do is we go in as consultants, and what we try and encourage them to do is take the outdoors and bring it indoors. So when you fly into a new location, you want to have finishes and you want the decor of what the visitors are going to experience once they leave the airport. So we want incorporate a lot of those finishes and colors and so forth. So that's what we encourage anyways.
Okay. To help give the airport a personality, right?
Correct. Yeah, no, exactly. So and then we're full manufacturers. So we do all of the manufacturing in-house, and we cover a lot of different scopes. We do, I mentioned woodworking and metalworking, but we also do fiberglass. We work with glass. We do custom finishing, plastics, all sorts of stuff. And our owner likes to buy machinery and equipment. When you want a glass of milk, you don't always have to buy a cow. We have a lot of cows.
Okay.
Herds.
Gotcha.
Yes. So a lot of capabilities.
How has your business changed since the pandemic?
Well, that's a good question too. When the pandemic, that affected everybody, and so what kicked in for us is how can we help and what can we do in our industry. So we came up with some safety and security products that you probably saw one over here. That we implemented and incorporated with a lot of different airlines just to protect, the agents.
Clear shield.
Yes,
right.
that's what they are. And so we did well with that, and we just different areas that we, how can we help? And it was hard for everybody, but it's changed a lot of ways people do business. And you just have to. You just have to dial it in. We're manufacturers, so we need people to run machines. So it's not like other businesses that can work from home. Our employees can't work from home,
right?
Because they got to keep the machines going. But we were able to. We didn't lay off not one person, and because we were doing jobs that government jobs, luckily that we didn't have to do that. So we got really lucky. But so we just everybody kind of upward and onward, and let's just move forward. So,
what kind of trends are you seeing that are going to play a part in the next couple of years going forward? Related to what you do.
Well, we always want to be, what the next thing is. So I think the best thing that we do is we listen. So we listen to see what people need, and we try and solve those problems. And we do that with, for instance, we came out 3 or 4 years with repacking stations. And there's nothing worse when you're in ticketing and someone's at the front ticket kiosk, and they're opening their suitcase, pulling out things because they're over the 50 pounds.
Right.
So we developed repacking stations where people can do that outside, and weighing stations, so they don't have to hold up other people, because it's very frustrating.
Yeah, that's very
So
that's very smart.
things like that. We've got outdoor seating now for. Because Uber and Lyft are becoming big, so you have to accommodate people that want to utilize those services as well. So I think it's just paying attention.
That makes a lot of sense. And,
Yeah.
and you guys have been around for 6 decades, so I mean it's clear that you are focused on individuals and
Right. No.
customer service and.
Correct. Yeah. So, and we work with architects, customers direct, and a lot of interesting people, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. I think this industry. So, I mean, it's proven it has been. So, all the airports that are here, they're growing. They're here because they're growing. So we're
right.
just people to help support them and what they're doing.
So, final question: how do you help an airport express its own personality? Like you say, some airports don't know exactly what they want. How do you help them figure out what's going to make the most sense for their environment?
So I mentioned, we're not a design firm. However, we've been doing it for so long. I think that when we come into contacts with airports that need those types of services, we have those design capabilities. And basically, again, it's listening, and it's really kind of incorporating their surroundings, where they are geographically, and incorporating those elements into the airport. And with us in our casework with the airlines, it's always function first. What are we trying to do here? Let's get the function first, and then we'll make it pretty around that. So that's very important.
That is very important,
because they have to be efficient first, right? So a lot of design firms, like we won't mention any, but a lot of big design firms, they make these beautiful presentations, but they're not functionable with equipment or whatever. So we have to change them. So. Right. Even with design firms, we try and encourage them to think that way. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, then we don't have to go out and fix it.
Yeah, it's a good approach.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the explanation, and I hope you guys have a great year.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.